Hello! So last episode we managed to bring Spain and Switzerland onto our side. We also occupied mainland Portugal, but weren't able to puppet them. And our next step in our conquests is Italy. So we're moving all our troops in position, and let's see how it goes. Integrated support and Schwerpunkt are too far advanced, down to 53, so we'll be getting into the 1941 projects fairly soon. But this looks like all the troops we're going to be able to get are already down the Italian border, and there's a big gap along Austria here. But I keep hearing my submarines sinking enemy ships, so we're doing something there. We've got so many armour facing off these last few British troops in Spain. It's not really worth it. In Africa, we're doing alright. Doing alright. I think once my last few SS troops get in position, I'm going to have to attack. Oh, British are attacking in the Low Countries again. And basically I'll attack and just hope my allies can come down quick enough to actually defend me. Well, my allies, and all these troops facing the Hungarian border, why are they there? I haven't told them to defend anything around there. Look, we can build landing craft. I hope you will want some. Nope, well, I'm going to build you some anyway. Let's go with... oh, actually these are really expensive to build. Let's just build one for now. But we will put it... oh, they build really quickly though, but we'll put it right near the top. Lost another destroyer flotilla. It looks like my troops are relocating. They're probably going to fight the British in Holland and Belgium. But I don't think they'll actually be necessary here. Major General Brand's doing a good job. And it looks like we're going to probably not even going to get off the boats in Rosendal. So let's attack Italy. Oh no, you guys aren't in position yet. Soon, 15th of April. That's today. We'll be there at 11 o'clock. On Bern, we don't really need them in Bern now, though it's good to have them so nearby. Okay, that'll do. Puppeting Italy. And plan Belluno, Venice, Bologna, and then down to Florence. And your plan is there, Milan, Genova, and into Florence. And everybody else is just going to have to support you because you need the help. Okay, but it looks like we're going to smash through the borders pretty quickly. And Italy has now joined the Allies, which they did historically, but not for another 3 years. Maybe Africa needs troops. We've lost the Battle of Cape Wrath. Got advance into Italy, good. And I've got enough troops in these SS to actually block off the peninsula across here, should I have to. But I'm hoping that basically the front line will collapse at that point. So I'll be able to focus on heading south towards Rome instead of trying to block these troops from heading south.
lost 2 heavy cruisers there. Yeah, plenty of troops heading south, so I don't really have to worry about Austria too much, although they did lose some ground. Captured Milan, captured Venice. So heading on to Bologna and Genoa. But looks like the Italians are already trying to cut us off, which means this might have been a bit too ambitious. Just these forces, they're not really in position yet to support us. The Swiss kind of are, but they're not. My allies just aren't attacking quickly enough. Or at least not quickly enough to let me feel comfortable in charging so far ahead of the front lines with my best troops. But it's done now, so I'm just going to have to keep going. And as I said, I could probably form a line from Livorno to Ancona, and at least I'll be able to get some supplies through those ports. Although the Italian Navy, I really don't want to have to fight. Many of these troops are already cut off. So, oh well, this isn't looking great. But at least the Italians have all pulled back off the front lines, so when these guys do start really getting into the fight, they'll be able to do so pretty effectively. And the supply situation hasn't really struck home for those guys yet. Now, change of plans. We're going to head straight into Genoa, and these guys are going to head, well, once they finish this battle they'll head over towards Ulster, and we'll just go for a small encirclement. But we've caused a fair bit of disruption, and we've allowed our troops to get over the Alps, which I think's it's not the main intention of what we're trying to do, but there's a good unintended consequence here. Well, maybe we should try and hold this line. We've got a few divisions. Yeah, let's try and hold the line here. Leave you in Padova. Send one of you back to where you're busy fighting. And you're busy fighting as well. Okay, when these battles are over, you can go to Ferrara, and you can head back to Modena. Now you're already fighting again. Everybody's too busy fighting. You can go to Modena. When the Battle of Ovada is finished... Oh, we lost a lot of troops, a lot of ships there. I'm thinking I might switch this back, although those were transport ships near Britain. Where are these guys going? Invading La Spezia. That is very unnecessary. I'm going to take OB Europe, Naval, Prepare. Just conserve our ships for now. We're obviously a bit early for trying to take on Britain. Okay, and you... Why won't you move... There. I don't know why I had to hold shift, but apparently that's what gets you to do it. And Troger can go and try and hit the border. Actually, let's just leave you back here as well. And then we'll hold this front line across here, and we're pretty well supported by troops coming out of Austria. It's just the French and the Swiss that aren't doing well, which is the opposite of what I expected would happen. But hopefully we can hold this line and just trap all these Italian soldiers. At which point it will be an easy war to win. It's just they'll have taken pretty heavy casualties and it'll take them a long time to recover all this strength. And are we still trying to invade La Spezia? It seems so. Oh, and someone's attacking France. But there's our port strikes into Britain. So that's very good at keeping their fleets well injured. Won't sink very many ships, but that's okay. And here we lost a transport ship to the Italians. It's not surprising because this is kind of a stupid idea you're doing here, computer. Battle of the Ligurian Sea, lost more ships. And now you're just going to return home after having kind of just dumped your troops in nowhere in particular. And well, they were completely unnecessary, so thanks for killing some of my ships. I need those for fighting Britain. Do I have more fighters coming? Only for Africa. I've got more naval bombers coming, which would be good to keep their fleet under wraps. But I'm thinking I might have to wait a little bit longer. Hopefully that's not that fleet coming home, because I'm sure it had way more ships than that. They have taken heavy casualties for absolutely no good. And how's Italy doing surrender progress? Halfway. Add war goal, acquire territory. No, I'll let them keep everything. I could maybe take Albania because that's an independent country. Although I think can I form Eritrea or Somalia? I'm not sure. Or Libya? Again, I just don't know. I'll just let them keep everything. Probably better to have one powerful puppet than like, what was that, 1, 2, 3, 4 weakish ones? Will be 3 weak ones and 1 powerful one anyway. Okay, and we've well and truly finished holding our line. So then we'll just start sending our guys south. And we might as well just send them, because there's no Italians to really defend, so they'll just head straight down and grab what we can. Second SS Corps? Oh, we're still way up here. Just do the exact same thing. So the Italian army is destroyed, but their fleet is still powerful, which will be useful in fighting Britain. Especially since my fleet's not all that powerful anymore. And we can get the fighter pilot training. So here's what I was talking about with colourful armies. It's still kind of half grey, but there's browns and red browns and blues and dark blues and... Okay, it's not actually all that colourful, but there's a few different colours in there. And my SS coming close. Well, they're at the front lines now, but nobody to fight, so they'll just push straight through onto Rome. I suppose the Italians will add some colour to my army with their green. And then Yugoslavia. It's purple, more green there, more green and some more blue, and then more browns and more blues and more browns. And then Britain with its red and Irish green. We're still fighting the British down here. But we can deal with that. How far away are we from hitting the African troops? Not very far at all, we're already building their transport ships. If only those battleships built quicker. Oh, we're capturing Rome. We have captured Rome. 78.9% progress. Now the question is, where's next? And it's going to be either Yugoslavia or Hungary. And I think Hungary. Just because it allows us to attack Yugoslavia from this direction, where it's a very close run into Belgrade. And we can also attack out of Italy as well. And we lost the Karlsruhe. And we lost the Admiral Scheer, but we killed HMS Berwick. And they've given us some more French troops to join our army. Oh, we've got rid of the British down in Spain, which frees up a fair few troops, including the Spanish troops. Actually, how are my Allied armies doing? Allied navies? France's navy is stronger than mine, and Spain's pretty close behind. Well, 8 ships actually, it's not close at all behind. I've got no battleships, France has 5. And 1 aircraft carrier, so they're actually way ahead in terms of ships and aircraft. France is at half my level and Spain's at half theirs. In terms of armies though, I'm well out ahead, 307, then Poland, then France, Belgium's next actually, and Luxembourg's way down, Slovakia's way down, but they're all, National Spain, Czechoslovakia, Switzerland, Austria, Belgium aren't bad. Italy will be, because I've just destroyed their army when I take it. But Naples might be enough, but I think when I take Taranto, that'll be enough to win here. And Hungary's got a pretty large army as well, and Yugoslavia. Greece and Bulgaria not so much, but yeah, every little bit's going to help against the Soviet Union. And the advantage of doing this as puppets is that France is actually much better at getting the resources out of France than I am if I were occupying it. It's just they're less efficient at using their troops. I can't control it as well as I can control my own. I've said that I'm obviously not controlling my own because I've just been blathering on for the last little bit while my SS troops just race towards Taranto. Captured Naples. Poland wants some Stukas, and that's okay with me. And captured Naples, but obviously not quite enough for France to surrender. 90.5%. So Taranto will probably be enough. And if not, we'll... Oh! Spain's landing in Sicily. Again, unnecessary. We're about to capture Taranto and they will surrender. And you're putting the Spanish navy at risk. But it looks like it's going to pay off for you. I know the British have arrived, and the Italians. Which I can't see how strong your fleet is, but it appears to be running away, and you've lost 2 transport flotillas. So again, not worth it. Oh, now the French are trying to land in the exact same spot. French have a better chance because they've got aircraft carriers and battleships here. But it looks like they're just going to capture Palermo, and that will be their way of forcing a surrender. Don't know why the AI felt the need to launch amphibious invasions of Italy. But they did. And well, this one might succeed. Although whether I capture Toronto first is a different question. Of course, if they're going to launch amphibious invasions, they could try and take Malta. That would be useful. Same as Crete's going to be something, and Cyprus. Whereas Sardinia will probably come over to our side in a second. But Crete you have to take to get Greece to surrender. And like I said, I want them for my puppets, to join my collection. As Portugal and Holland should, hopefully at some point. And Italy's not far off. We would have been fighting those two 109Fs I sold Italy as well. But I've got 109Gs, so hopefully mine will be better, and 109Es, which wouldn't be better, but that's okay. Heinkel 111s, Ju-87Gs, everything else kind of you expect. Armours, Panzer 3s, armoured cars, Hitzers for my tank destroyer now, 88s are my anti-tank guns. And nothing else really has names. Oh, and Italy's my puppets. And research efficiency plus 5% is very good. Okay. Oh, that's probably why they were doing it, because I was telling them to attack that spot in particular. Oh well. Doesn't explain why my Oberkommando Europe did that. But okay. Get our SS army, and we're going to go to Hungary first. And technology is too advanced. Okay, lots of them. Fighter targeting. So all of these. And everything up to interception tactics. And, well, time to start doing our 1941 technologies. Education. Electronic computing machine. Theoretical jet engine I somehow missed. And all of these resources ones, because we always want as much resources as we can. And secret strategic rockets. Not all that useful, but the surface to air and air to air missiles are. At least I don't use them very much. Land, I'm looking for 1941s. Which go... that was it. 1944 there already. Wow. Naval, lots of 1941 technologies. Actually, like all of them. And air... it's all 1942s, so that's okay. Fighters, 1940 there. A few more 1940s. These air search radars. And then the navigation radars after them. And those ones are already being done, or already being done, except for the two down here. Armour, again, already being done. Well, I'm really looking for 1941s, but there aren't any. Infantry, again, that's it. We'll get airborne warfare equipment at some point. Have to research those ones first, though. Ah, it's those two that I missed somehow. So it was 71 projects, and they were on to 1942s. And there's a random artillery brigade. 69th Infantry Division, with just artillery and anti-tank. Okay, that's odd. It's just that unit's not going to have any front line, so it can only ever be a support division. Okay, something weird's happened there. So Hungary's the next target. I might as well just set all these Balkan ones up because I think I'm just going to go straight through them all. Not Turkey because I don't want an extra front line with the Soviets. And then I'll just order everybody, or all my allies, to just attack the capital city of all of these people and just leave them at that. Now that Italy's on my side, I don't really expect anything here is going to stop me much, or at least slow me down. Except for taking Crete from Greece, but even that's not going to be that difficult. Not with the Italian Navy right there. Well, I've got the Italian and the French navies both in the Mediterranean, so we should be able to deal with the British in that part of the world no problems. And then hopefully take Crete. An efficient research destroyer engine. Did I build that troop transport? Not yet. August the 5th. Battleships coming September next year. And the ships are coming into early next year. Okay. So how are we going to do this? It seems obvious. One corps into Kosice and Debrecen, the other one into Budapest and Pécs, and the terrain actually matches that, so let's just get this sorted. First SS Corps can go to, where are we? Into here somewhere. Banska Stiavnica. I am not at all good with Slovakian. And that would leave the 2nd SS Corps to head up to Topsin will do. And submarines, destroy main armament and submarine torpedoes, or to advanced. And something else flicked up there quickly, but I cancelled it. Light tank engine, probably to advanced. So how did Italy's army survive that war? Not good, weaker than Belgium. But 50 divisions is going to be something to start off. 24 of them are militia though. 20 infantry, 2 cavalry, 1 armoured car. Oh, these are brigades, not divisions. 2 alpine. So no tanks remaining, and half their army's militia. And they're probably... Am I at war with Ethiopia now? Yes, I am. Add war goal. Puppet. Oh, allows research of acoustic torpedo. That would be good. But I think it's 1945 technology. And yep, those two can go as well. So I won't be researching that for a while. Probably till 1944, but it does give a big boost to your submarines and their attack capabilities. A bit of a blank moment there.
So we did manage to conquer Italy. Wasn't the best result possible though. Firstly, our SS troops almost got cut off in northern Italy, which would have been very bad. Then our AI decided to launch some amphibious invasions and lose us a lot of ships unnecessarily, as did the French and Spanish AI. They took casualties they really shouldn't have. And then, in order to actually conquer the country, we actually had to destroy almost all of the Italian army, so they're basically just left with militia now, which means they're not going to be a very useful ally for a little while yet, unfortunately. And well, up next is the Balkans. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.